So I'm asking for a friend here, but so what would you say to somebody who knows that they're kind of a disruptor in their heart of hearts or in their soul, but is a little nervous about disrupting the status quo? What advice would you give them?
Well, the only thing that I would be nervous about is the possibility of failure. And you know what? Again, we teach people to be shame. We teach people going through this journey of entrepreneurship that failure, you should be ashamed of failure. I actually say failure is part of the journey. The only way to success is through failure. And if you don't fail, you really haven't pushed yourself enough. My daughter just and I teach about 4 universities now, which is pretty funny. I just got even asked to speak at Yale. Wish my father was around to see that, because his dream for me was to go to Cornell. And yeah, with my 67 average, that wasn't going to happen. So anyway, so what we teach everyone, and it happens now, it's like so loud on social media when someone fails or closes a restaurant. I mean, not the last 2 years, but somebody fails. Oh, this guy robbed me. This guy lost my money. Oh, this guy's a failure. This guy's a this. You can fail with integrity. If you've got a business and you've taken investor money and you're struggling, just make sure you're not driving private jets. Just make sure you're not, you make sure you're being very frugal with, and being very protective over the investment. And if you fail, it's okay, but as long as you do it with integrity. And so the same thing with disruption, like I said in the previous question, your failure rate will go higher, but there's nothing shameful about failure. I mean, I think that's the only journey to success is through failure. And I literally had my last, I think it was Lehigh University, I did or SMU, or one of them, whatever it was. A girl says, listen, my parents just spent $250,000 on my education. I'm 22 years old. I don't know what I want to do. I'm getting so much pressure from my family and my teachers and my counselors that you need to know what I want to do so I can get a job in my 20s and retire in my 60s. I was like, that's what they taught you in the school? I said, you need to go back to them and tell them that is the worst information and inaccurate information they could ever tell you. And she's like, what do you mean? I said, that was written in 1900 when the life expectancy was like 60 years old. I go, here's the new rule of thumb. Fuck it up. Can I curse in this?
Yeah.
Fuck it up in your 20s. You should have saw the professor's faces when I was saying this. Fuck it up in your 20s. Try 10 different things. Like I tell my 23-year-old today, she's working with me, but I said, you might not like it. There's no pressure. Try 10 different things in your 20s. Find what you're passionate about. Then stick to that passion. Fix it and start building in your 30s. Start making money in your 40s. And then retire in your 80s. Because life expectancy is 84 today. It's not 60. And I know too many people that retired in their 60s and are broke. They're close to 90 and they're broke. So these lessons, again, it makes no sense to me. It's like they have one set of like messages to students, and it hasn't changed since 1900.